Artist books are largely a 20th century art form. It was really an avant-garde reaction to traditional art. The term book arts is an umbrella term that covers a lot of different aspects of books. And altered books are basically taking a book that has outlived its useful life and turning it into a work of art. This is what's called a miniature book. Miniature books are 3 inches by 3 inches or smaller. Currently we have about 300 artist books in our collection. Artist books challenge us to look at books in a different way. Do they have to have a binding? Do the pages have to go together? Is there a story that needs to be told, a narrative, a linear narrative? This book is called Diction. It's by an artist from London. It's in the shape of a pint glass. It's an accordion folded book. We have the title page here, and as we unfold the book, it becomes a circle. And this is a book about addiction to alcohol. At the beginning here, we see that the writing is at the top. The glass is full. As we go around the book, we can see that the level of the beer in the glass goes down. We have a couple blank pages here. Maybe the person lost consciousness, doesn't remember what happened. And then we go on down until we get to the bottom. Not only does the printing on this book help tell its story, the paper tells a story too. The paper is made from recycled beer labels, so it fits in with the subject matter of the book. And because this book is about addiction, it goes full circle. This particular book here is in a box. We could consider that the cover. It's set up like a chocolate box. We have our illustration up here that explains what each of these little pieces is about. This one is called Elegy, and it is a book. This piece too is a book with a different format, and it's called Social Graces. So each piece opens up with some text about what you should and shouldn't do. This particular book is called City Sights and Sounds. It's like a bank. The lid comes off, and inside are bottle caps. Each of these bottle caps has a vignette, a saying, a little story about living in a city. So if we think of the box as the binding of the book, we think of these as the individual pages, it becomes a book. You can tell whatever story you want. You can leave things out, you can put them together, you can add your own thoughts, you can turn some over just to have it look like the sidewalk. I think of it as a memory bank. I think of this artist doing these pieces, using her memory, recording them, and then by keeping them all in this bank, this binding, she's able to keep them forever for future reference. And she gives us a chance to glimpse a little bit of what city life is like. What I'm looking for when I'm buying books for the collection is a variety of things. I look for books that are made of unusual materials, maybe metal or wood. I look for books that are an example of a binding that maybe we don't have already in our collection. And I look for books based on subject too. Our collection is kind of like a teaching collection, so I really want there to be something for everybody. This piece here really challenges our preconceptions of what a book can be. It can stand free like this, or if we turn it around, it can be hung on the wall. In the middle here is our book. It's held in there by a magnet. It has wooden covers. It's a mica window covering a fossil. This is called Ethiopian Coptic binding. There's no linear narrative running through this book. However, this book was made in a previous century, so it had a life of its own before it came to be in this book. So that adds an air of mystery to this book as well. This small book was designed by an artist who creates what he calls Gothic books. He's making books using the tools that would have been available and the materials that would have been available to bookmakers during Gothic times. The covers of the book he's sawn from his own wood on his property in Idaho. This binding here is linen fabric reclaimed from a mansion in Portland, Oregon. The threads there are linen made by his wife as she spun the flax and made thread. It's an example of the way books were traditionally bound. The library collects book arts because it's a natural extension of books that we have in the collection already. It provides our patrons an opportunity to see a unique art form that is growing and growing. Book arts can teach us to look at books and even the world in a different way. When books involve many artists that collaborate, we get many points of view, many ideas expressed. We also get to challenge our definition of what a book is. If we think of a book as a vessel or container for ideas and information, does that mean it has to have a binding to hold it together? We have lively discussions about these books, and I'm sure we'll have lively discussions in the future. Book arts is truly special because it provides a little something for everyone. What do you think? Is this a book or not?